Hello there guys, it's Greg here, aka Anti-Crazy Movie Geek. Before I start this film review, I just want to apologise for not making more film reviews than I usually do for my channel, because I'm a sixth former in school right now, so it's going to be more and more work than normal school work for me in the future. But I'm back to do more film reviews on different films for my friends and fans on YouTube, and I appreciate all of your patience, and thanks for checking out my other film reviews that I've done on my channel. Okay, film review time on a 1986 science fiction horror film. It's on for 91 minutes, and it's made by David Cronenberg. The Fly.
I think you're making a mistake. I think you really want to talk to me.
Sorry, I have 3 other interviews to do before this party's over.
Yeah, but they're not working on something that'll change the world as we know it.
They say they are.
Yeah, but they're lying.
There is a limit, even to the imagination.
Human teleportation, molecular decimation, breakdown, and reformation is inherently purging.
Where our greatest creations meet our deepest fears.
Something went wrong, Seth. When you went through, something went wrong.
You are about to go beyond that limit.
Those weird hairs that were growing out of your back, I had them analyzed. But they were definitely not human.
If you saw how scared and angry and desperate he is.
I'm sure Typhoid Mary was a very nice person, too, when you saw her socially.
No!
You're afraid to be destroyed and recreated, aren't you?
You're changing, Seth. Everything about you is changing.
Oh no. What's happening to me? Am I dying?
I want to know what's going on.
What does the disease want?
Wants to turn me into something else.
Oh, no.
A fly got into the transmitter pod with me that first time when I was alone.
Don't go back to it. Could be contagious.
I'm afraid!
Don't be afraid.
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Help me. Please, help me.
Okay, The Fly is a really good film. If you haven't seen it, you should go and check it out. It stars Jeff Goldblum, who's in Cats and Dogs and Jurassic Park. And it also stars Gina Davis and John Getz. Okay, the plot for the film. Jeff Goldblum plays a scientist by the name of Seth. And he has a computer with these telepods, and that's a telepod on the front cover. And there's a journalist who is named Veronica, who is played by Gina Davis, and she is really interested in Seth's work, and she ends up falling in love with him. However, she's still keeping touch with her ex-boyfriend, and during the film, Seth is with Veronica to do an experiment with a baboon. The first time he did it, it failed, but the second time he did it, it was a big success, and for their success they were, drinking and all that, and eventually they ended up having sex. But at one point in the film, Seth is really drunk and mad at the same time because he kept thinking about Veronica, still keeping in touch with her ex-boyfriend. He wants to do an experiment on himself, not an animal this time, himself, through the telepods. And a housefly flew into his lair, and the fly is with one of the telepods that Seth is in. And after the experiment is done, the computer ended up being confused, and now things are starting to get really wrong for Seth because he basically has fly genes inside his body. And there's one good scene in the film when he went inside a pub and he arm wrestled a guy and he snaps his arm. I thought that's a great scene. Seth is getting really messed up and deformed because he's basically changing into a fly really slowly. And during the film, Veronica ended up pregnant and she is scared and frightened about this. Veronica wants an abortion. Veronica and her ex-boyfriend both team up to do one thing in common, and that subject is to kill Seth. And they went into his lair, and there's one scene that I really liked. The scene when Seth is finally transformed into the fly, but in an even sicker way. It reminds me of the 1981 classic An American Werewolf in London. And throughout the ending of the film, it shows that Veronica is using the shotgun from her ex-boyfriend, and she pulls the trigger and Seth's face is blown to pieces. And after that, the body of her transformed lover ended up lying on the floor dead. So that's basically the plot for The Fly. I need to check out The Fly too. I don't know if it'll be good just like the first one. So I'm going to give this film 4 stars out of 5. It is a great masterpiece. I'm going to give you the facts. Directed by David Cronenberg, produced by Stuart Cornfield and Mel Brooks, distributed by 20th Century Fox, release date August 15th, 1986. The budget is $15 million, and the box office is $60,629,159. So that's my film review for the 1986 science fiction horror film, The Fly. Please rate and comment on this video. If you have any questions, email me on YouTube, and I'll be doing more film reviews on different films for my channel in the future. Thanks guys, peace.